Welcome to this week's episode of Your Stock Request for the 13th of July. Hi, I'm Michael Gable, Managing Director at Fairmont Equities. Your Stock Request is the weekly video where I take your requests and analyse the share price charts. So this week we have Novonics, Life360, Insignia Financial, Boss Energy and Incitec Pivot. So if you have a request, please send it through. Make sure you've signed up to the free newsletter, but our better stock tips come out every Tuesday in the Dynamic Investor Report, so make sure you are getting that report. But if you do enjoy these videos, we'd love you to share them on social media or leave us a review. Our main business is in portfolio management, so if you'd like to have a broking account with me and have me personally guide you, then please let me know. And all the advice here is general only. So we've got Novonics here. We could see on the weekly chart, we've got this sort of long-term, or at least for the past couple of years, a downtrend. Most recently, we could see that there was this big sort of gap up on massive volume, which could have been a buy signal for a trade. But as we could see, just no follow through, and it's back to the lows again. So, even though it's on lower volumes, it shouldn't really be all the way back here. So, not looking that great. I'd say the risk is to the downside. If you need to, looking for a buying opportunity, you need to, I guess, wait for one of these, big volume moves up. But as we could see, they've just been pretty unreliable in the past. They haven't really led to much, unfortunately. Okay, Life360. So, generally been heading higher over the past year. I mean, most recently, this move here, that would have been the buying opportunity where we had this sort of tight range, and then the break and the volume started to come in. And as we can see, it's been trading well since then. So, you've got this sort of nice consolidation here with resistance at $7, broke through that, came back for a retest, kept heading up. So far looking good. Support is still back at this sort of $7 area. So, it should head higher, but if it falls under $7, then that would be a negative. Okay, IFL, so trending lower since the start of the year. I suppose the only positive is that you had this this consolidation here that was very corrective. So you had this sort of sharp move up on volume and then sort of easing back, but unfortunately, instead of turning higher, it broke support. So I think the only positive would be if you see gap up here, and then you start to see a strong move to leave an island reversal, then that could be a potential bottoming out and a buy signal. But unless that happens, looking at this, I'd say the risk is still to the downside. Okay, Boss Energy. So looked at this one before. So we've had the big sort of sideways range. Then the breakout. So given how long this has been going on for, you'd expect if this breakout sticks, it should lead to a multi-month rally. So breakout there, on good volume. So looking at the daily chart now, nice breakout, eased back on lower volume, and it looks like it's done a nice retest. So you could treat this one as a buying opportunity again, and you just run your tight stops under the breakout line. Okay, Incitec Pivot. So also this is one that we looked at recently, and the Dynamic Investor, we're looking at, you've still got this downtrend, but early signs of a bottoming out, just looking at sort of oversold RSI, a lot of volume at the low, so price exhaustion, then sideways here to consolidate on lower volume. And then of course we've had the gap up yesterday on big volume. So it does look like a low is in place. I mean, it needs to do a little bit more work for us to be confident that the downtrend is over, but I still think there's early signs of a low in place, and I still think this one should head higher. Okay, that's all for this week. If you have a request, send it through. We'll try to cover it next time.